Class 2 then for race number 7. We're up to the extended mile here, the 1650, headed by Super Fluke, who'll jump out of barrier 1 with Grant Van Neerkerk in the saddle. Super Turbo, 4-time winner at the track. They've all been over the 1200 metres. Turin Red Star, runner-up. First up, course and distance behind Circuit Glory, who'll jump from barrier 2 here, and Responsibly will be in the saddle. Kingsfield finished 3rd in that race. Seven Heavens, course and distance for the first time for him. Casper Fownes and Chad Schofield. And Winster's Lad, a 5-time winner at Chartini. 0 from 4 here at the Valley over course and distance. Made our way to the touchscreen to have a look at the speed map for this one, Brett. And it may well be, looks like Seven Heavens, who tries to jump and run. His first time over the 1650.
Yeah, it's a possibility that he might sort of charge over from barrier number 10 under the guidance of Chad Schofield and try and take up the running. We know he ran second to Hot King Prawn over 1200 last season. First up, he was 5 lengths behind More Than Lucky. But outside of him, I think Turin Red Star, Circuit Glory and Kingsfield in his day would have probably led them all. But they're the 3 that are probably most likely to be handy. If Seven's Heaven decides to potentially drop back, maybe even slot down here, then I think Circuit Glory might roll forward, Turin Red Star, and maybe even Kingsfield potentially sort of could try and kick up. I'm having a decent go at this speed map, aren't I? And maybe even try and lead them there. But I tend to think potentially that way, but Seven's Heaven is the little query runner.
All right, Turin Red Star might get the drop on Circuit Glory with a £9 turnaround in their last meeting, Paul.
Yeah, there's a decent turnaround there, isn't there? Here's Super Turbo. We know he loves Happy Valley. He enjoys the course here. He's a 4-time winner from a 16 starts. Vincent Howard, he'll ride in race day as well, and he's going well under a decent hold, as you can see as he comes down. Sichuan Da, another one that's been super keen recently. He's had plenty of work going into his assignment, and you can see he's really pulling here for in the morning there, so he's going nicely. Sichuan Da. And Circuit Glory, he didn't try. I thought I was a little bit disappointed with his trial, actually, but he was a good winner last time, and his work here is not too bad, but I just had a query over that trial.
All right, OK. There's a fair bit of money thing, I should imagine, for Circuit Glory, the last start winner. Let's start off, though, with Time to Celebrate and jockey Sam Clipperton, and whether he was a little bit disappointed with him last time out.
Yeah, his 2 runs, well, his first up run was pretty good, I thought. Didn't have an ideal run, and he still, it was a bit of a sit and sprint sort of race, and he was still right there till probably the 150 mark, and naturally got tired being first up. And last start he got a lovely run through, and he was a bit disappointing. But the horse has got, he's already shown he's got lots of ability. He's won his races in the lead up to the Derby, and he's had a fair while off, so he might just be taking a bit of time to come to hand and get that bit of fitness on his side. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do on Sunday.
I don't think he's ever been to Happy Valley before. Is he a horse that you think can adapt easily?
I think so, yeah. He's got a very quiet nature, and he's a lovely quiet horse to ride, so they're the sort of horses that won't pose any threat to him at all, or take him to the Valley.
It appears as if this is a crucial stage of the season for you. Your licence is due to expire in February. Is this sort of the biggest fight of your career so far? Do you feel it as a challenge that big?
Not really, no. I don't really look at it that way. I'm just, at the end of the day, I've learnt a great deal here in Hong Kong, and I've had a great time here. I really feel like I've developed as a jockey and a person over the last 2 years, so I don't really look at it as a big fight. I just try and go out there and do my job as I always do, and try and give my horses every possible chance with the circumstances that are in front of me, and it really helps that I'm getting rides off John Size, because that makes my job a lot easier. So I don't look at it as a fight. I just try to enjoy it and be professional as always, and go out and do my job for the trainers and connections.
I think he's an interesting runner, Time to Celebrate. Didn't quite find a spot for him in the end, but he's a single-figure price at this stage. Let's have a look at the last start winner in Circuit Glory, and a lot of them back again to take him on. Most notably, probably for me, Turin Red Star with a £9 pull in the waist.
Yep, so you'd think that the 5 is going to get his opportunity to beat the 6. He had a worse draw as well, gate 11 as opposed to barrier number 6, and that will be the way that I tip them. Kingsfield, he hasn't been too far away in his first 2 starts, and he has the benefit of another run underneath his belt.
Yeah, we've got both 5 and 6 in. I think Turin Red Star with that pull on the weights is really good. And I was just a little bit disappointed with his last trial, Circuit Glory, but he did win so well last time. But I've got Turin Red Star ahead of him.
Let's have a look at that trial then. Circuit Glory, and see what you're talking about exactly. This was back on the 16th.
Now, it was on the all-weather, so you've got to take that into account because he's now racing on the turf. But he has run well on the all-weather before. I just thought he was pushed along a little bit here, and he was entitled to run on a little bit better. He finishes 4th in this trial, and I just thought he was going better before he went out and won last time. So it just worries me a little bit, that's all.
I think maybe, I mean, he hasn't raced since the 12th of September, so maybe Tony just wanted to get a solid hit into him. And just get him prepared for this race because of the long gap between runs.
All right, a few more trialists there. Turin Red Star, Super Fluke and Super Turbo.
Yep, Turin Red Star's chasing a high achievement bonus. He's a Northern Hemisphere bred 4-year-old as well, so he'll turn 5 at the end of the calendar year, and that will be swished away from his grasp. So there's only a few more runs potentially for him to pick up that big whopping bonus, which is now, of course, 850,000, and I think he's been well prepared to give it a shake there on Sunday.
Yeah, and he went really well at his last start. He's going to be tough to beat. I'm going to give Super Fluke a chance too because he's put on 13 pounds. I think it's a really good thing for him, and he's right on his winning weight now.
All right, but Circuit Glory is favourite to go back-to-back.
Yeah, I'm going to go with my long shot here, which is Super Fluke at 20-1. So I just think he's put 13 pounds on, which I think is a good thing here for this horse. He's got barrier 1, and he's going to get a really nice run. And we know he likes Happy Valley. He had a good season last season, and Dedishep had him going really well. With that little weight increase, we'll give him a chance to upset the 2 favourites, Turin Red Star and Circuit Glory. At 20s, he's worth a look, I think. And Sichuan Day, I like this track work. 1, 5, 6 and 4, but I'm happy to go the 1 each way.
I think Turin Red Star is probably the most likely winner, so I'll tip him on top. Circuit Glory, probably the danger with Kingsfield. They should all race in a clump together, as we saw in that speed map. What will they do with 7 Heavens? Will they roll forward, roll the dice there, try and lead, or will they try and slot in somewhere? I'm not sure, but I do like him as a horse going forward. He's another one that's chasing one of those high achievement bonuses, and that dissolves again at the end of the calendar year for him too. So 5, 6, 7 and 9. The other one I did sneak in for the exotic there is Super Turbo. Loves the Valley. 1200's better, but he has run well 1650 in the past.
All right, 5 and 6. Look, the locks there in race number 7. That's the cue for me as well. Turin Red Star, though, goes on top. All right, that was race number 7. The 8th is next. 1,000-metre dash, class 3.